everybody. Recording live from somewhere.
Totem Pole Nation, we are back. We love y'all, and just a blessing to be a part of Totem Pole Nation. This is college football, and this is Alabama versus Florida. DCL, what's the deal? How you doing today, man? Brian Post. This goes out to y'all.
For Florida, give us a sense of how their offense works. One of the biggest advantages in the West Coast profile. Or is it going to be a pass? From their own 29-yard line. Second down.
Brian Post. DCL, what's up, man? What y'all doing today, man? And DCL, watched some of your stream yesterday. Really enjoyed watching you play the guitar. Go Bucks.
When they get you a first down and keep the offense on the field. When you've got a quarterback making throws that quickly, the defense doesn't have a lot of time to react to the play. From their own 35-yard line.
Hey, let me know if I'm glitchy, y'all. My internet looks real slow. Let's go. Let's go.
Just the right selection. It seemed to confuse the offense.
What's up, DCL? What's up, Brian Post? It's kind of laggy. Oh, crap.
From their own 21-yard line. Second down.
Guess I can close that window. I mean, let me know if that's any better, man. I might have to go plug the internet in.
From their own 34-yard line. Third down. This crowd. And he makes it out to about the 37-yard line. They'll get the ball here at the 37.
All right, I guess I'm back. The cruise experience. Thank you very much. Wow, man, let's go. Coach, the fact that you came in my stream the second I had dinner. Well, I was actually in there before because Howie told me that you were on there, so I got to see a little bit, man, and I'm very impressed. That's all good, brother. I'll be back on there. I'll be back on there watching you. Do you have mods on YouTube? No, we don't, Brian. We just kind of control the chat within it because it's just what Coach Bald wants to do as the president. Well, I appreciate you, brother. I mean, we usually don't have too many problems with our chat. So, hey, man, like the stream, y'all, because we got a lot to live up to, man. We've been having some real good days. Like the stream, spam the heart emoji. Totem Pole Nation, you're the best. How's your morning? This is my second stream I've done today. Me and Coach Ball did life lessons this morning at 7:30 a.m. Today is Florida Gators versus Alabama Crimson Tide. EA Sports College Football. The new one's coming out July 15th on PS5. Everybody can't wait. Everybody's excited. Totem Pole Nation, so proud of you. DCL is proud of you. Watching you sing, watching you play that guitar. That was amazing. And I was like a proud coach, man. I was a proud coach watching, one of our guys do what we do, and you're excellent at it, dude. You're a natural. Come on, man. Yes. DC, I'll do Michigan State versus Texas Tech next. All right. So I'm going to – let me see. How do I pin this? And no, I don't. College football 25 is going to be fire. I totally agree, Brian Post. We're excited about EA Sports. College football 25 coming out for PS5. I think everybody in America is, wow, great play. I love that. I love that on the goal line, y'all. That they bunch it up. Hey, spam that heart emoji. Go to the 3 dots. Double tap your screen. Let's get some more people in here. Let's keep growing Totem Pole, because I'm seeing y'all grow. I'm seeing Totem Pole grow, and what a blessing it's been. Also, Lambo said once NCAA 25 comes out, he's going to stream it on the PS5. Yes, he is. Yes, he is. Bentley, what's the deal, Bentley?
Bentley is in the house.
Bentley is in the house. What systems do I have? I have a Nintendo, a Genesis, a PS2, PS3, PS4. My son's got a PS5 at his house, and we got an Xbox in the other room. So, I'm really not a big gamer, man. I just got into this. Bentley, yes. I came on your Twitch stream yesterday. You was playing WWE. You had the camera up against the wall. You have an Xbox Series S. I don't know which one we have. I think we have the Xbox One here at this house. I don't know what I don't know. He has a PlayStation 5 at his house. He had a 4 and he brought it over here. But the Florida Gators and Alabama, let's go. Get him down. Get him down. Get him down. And the Alabama Crimson Tide. What's up, MK? MK is in the house.
MK is in the house.
DCL said, Tecmo Bowl is a goated game. Yes, I have that for Nintendo. It's at the studio. I'm chilling here at the house today. I'm not going to be driving all around. DCL, thank you for being a good totem poler. Thank you for being a good teammate and saying good morning to MK. I appreciate that. I'm going to save some gas money today. I ain't going to drive all over the world. I'm going to sit here and I'm going to live stream a little bit.
From their own 35-yard line.
DCL said, welcome to Totem Pole. I'm telling you, y'all are learning the pattern. Y'all are learning the pattern to be great live streamers and content creators. And Coach Bald. Coach Bald is audio only. Coach Bald, can you hear me?
Yes, sir, brother. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir. Can everybody hear Mr. President, Coach Bald? What is this? This is Mad. No, this is College Football 13, Jacob Lauren. Brian Post, are you streaming tonight? Sure. DCL, once this stream ends, I'm going to stream. That's great, DCL. Hey, Coach Bald, what did you think about DCL's singing skills and singing that Johnny Cash? Man, I was proud of him.
That guy's got a skill set to him. I'm very proud of him. I was hoping I'd get a little Wonderwall out of him, a little Oasis, but he had to go to dinner, and I ain't mad at him for that. Hopefully he'll get me on the next episode. But I do got some breaking news for you, Coach.
Yes, give me some breaking news, man.
Derek White of the world champion Boston Celtics is joining USA Basketball and replacing Kawhi Leonard.
Wow, Kawhi Leonard's hurt again. That's surprising. What's up, Zach?
Load management, Coach. Load management.
Yeah, he's always hurt, man.
Yep.
He is always hurt.
Yeah, apparently he might have hurt his knee trying to guard Cooper Flagg, man. I'm not surprised about that.
Yeah, Cooper Flagg, he's a bad chicken, dude. That is a bad man.
Yep. But, yeah, I just wanted to hop in really quick. Who are you playing with? Are you Florida or are you Bama?
I'm Bama, man. I'm Bama.
Go
I'm Alabama.
Florida.
But I'm just having fun here, sitting here talking to Totem Pole Nation. You know, I'm not driving all over the world today, man. I'm trying to save some money on. Brian Post said, hi, Coach Bald. DCL said, hi, Coach Bald. I'm not driving all over the world today, man. I'll put the time in a short. All right, thank you, Bentley. Bentley's going to stream on the T streaming network. YouTube, the algorithm for YouTube said don't mention other streaming platforms, but he's going to be streaming on the one that starts with a T. And this is EA Sports College Football. Coach Ball, that is amazing. Breaking news, Totem Pole Nation. Derek White is joining USA Basketball. What's your T word? Bentley, put your T streaming network up there, and I'll put it on the screen. So, Coach Ball, thank you. I love you, brother.
Hey, I'm still gonna hang in there for a little bit. I've just gotta take care of something. Yeah, man.
Hang in there, man.
Great being on here with these guys, Mr. Post. I appreciate you. And yeah, man. I'm glad to be back. It's nice and sunny and hot down here in Florida. Where's everybody else coming in from?
Hey, put it in the chat, y'all. Coach Bald wants to know where all y'all live. You don't have to put the city, but you can put the state if you want. Oh, wide open. Get it to him. Get it to him. Liam Plays. Liam Plays is in the house. Liam Plays is a totem poler. Here you go, Liam Plays. Howie and Scott said they were going to quit if they had to do all those different things. So, man, I told them, dude, we're up to about 100 members right now. Ohio, go Bucks. Brian Post is in Ohio. DCL is down south.
Okay. Cool.
And then, MK's in Indiana.
Hey, MK.
Liam is in Baton Rouge. And then DCL says, welcome, Liam Plays. Man, Coach Bald, listening to DCL yesterday, he reminded me of a young James Taylor. What do you know about James Taylor, Coach Bald? And you got Carolina on your mind.
Absolutely, man. I've seen fire. I've seen rain. No doubt, man. No doubt. Yeah, definitely. I was enjoying it. He definitely has a nice skill set. And, yeah, man, sky's the limit. You can tell he's passionate about it, and that's what you got to strive for, find something that you love doing and then try to get somebody to pay you for it. It won't work a day in your life.
Bentley is in Texas, and DCL said, I'm actually moving to Virginia soon. Man, that's unbelievable, isn't it, Coach Bald?
That is. What part of Virginia are you venturing out to? I lived all around that Richmond area, went to 8 different schools from kindergarten on up.
And if you tell me Winchester Green, I'm not going to believe it, dude. I'm not going to believe it. He says, I have no clue yet.
Okay.
Feel like 1 million in the stream. Wow. Liam plays. That is a positive mental attitude right there. Liam plays. Y'all are the future of content creation. Coach Ball, what advice can you give these young and up-and-coming YouTubers, these young and up-and-coming live streamers and content creators?
Get on there, dude.
Stream, Frosty's in the house.
Yeah, do what you enjoy and what you're passionate about.
Frosty is in the house.
Keep putting your nose to the grindstone. Enjoy it. Have fun. Life is short.
Have fun.
You never know.
Fun, y'all.
Yeah. Make memories.
The main thing.
Yeah.
Make memories. Do what you love. If you don't have a passion for it, you're not going to do it very long.
Yep.
Brian Post says, good morning, Frosty. DCL says, welcome to Totem Pole, Frosty. And you made Frosty's intro. No, I don't make any intros. I'm not capable of making intros. Liam plays. Welcome, Frosty. Good morning, guys. All of the intros, all of the shorts are made by two guys that were going to quit because I told them they needed to make 20 more intros. They said, Coach, we're just going to have to do the Totem Pole intro because you're a member of Totem Polers. When is mine going to be done again? I really want the Jaguars. They told me that they're going to just do the Totem Pole ones from now on. They're not going to do any. Coach Bald, what did Howie and Scott say about that deal with all those different intros? That was getting to be too much on them, right? They're still in college.
Yeah, they're having a hard time. I know it's kind of their off season and everything. It's their time to be with their family and stuff like that. So we respect as much as we can get out of those guys. They've just been grinded just to be a part of what you guys are a part of, So respect those guys, love those guys. We always kind of shout those guys out. They're the kind of the foundation of this whole thing. We wouldn't be where we were without those guys.
Make the shorts. Howie and Scott make the shorts. Me and Coach Bald aren't smart enough to make those shorts.
Yeah, that's accurate.
MK said, I thought they needed to be a member for $9.99 a month. No, Scott and Howie are nice guys, unlike me and Coach Bald.
Yeah,
but they said that's it. They ain't making no more. Unless somebody pays because they can't be making those all the time. But I appreciate all of y'all. Y'all are the best. MK is in the house. Amen, Frosty. Hey, so how is it going with y'all's live streaming on YouTube or on that other platform that I'm not going to mention because the algorithm doesn't like it? Y'all, I got a philosophy that the algorithm, that YouTube actually listens to what you're saying. So if we start saying EA Sports, college football, Alabama versus Florida Gators, it knows what we're talking about. Did you subscribe to me? Because I really want 50 subscribers so I can live stream. Okay, well, you have to be a certain age to live stream on YouTube. And I don't know if you're old enough, but sure, everybody go subscribe to Liam. You should make a 24-hour stream at NCAA 25. We already tried the 24-hour stream, Brian Post, and it actually hurt the channel. That's the reason we got rid of it, because nobody was going on it. It was hurting our views. I put the time in the same one yesterday. Okay, good. Thank you, Bentley. DCL, I'm doing well in streaming. I'm doing great streaming. Liam says he's 12. Cynthia, DCL said I'm doing well in streaming. I can live stream. You don't need 50 subs, according to Frosty. Coach Bald, what's on your heart? What do you want to tell these guys in Totem Pole Nation?
I'm just listening to you guys, man. I just love the camaraderie and the brotherhood among the brother and sisterhood, the fellowship amongst people. You guys are asking questions and answering them for each other, man. That's it's a beautiful thing, man. That's what we're doing here. We're we're a family, you know, we're friends. And that's what friends, the difference between friends and family is, you know, your friends are family members that you get to pick. You know what I mean? So we're lucky that
That's a good
you
point.
guys have picked us. And we wouldn't want you, we wouldn't want it any other way. We'd pick you every single time as well. You'd definitely be
Yeah.
on my roster. If we're playing a pickup game, MK is definitely going to be coming on my team. All right, Coach Taylor?
Right on.
We will
DCL
fight
said
for that
for the
number one
algorithm,
pick.
I played Inner Sandman by Metallica. Liam says, yes, I do on iPhone. And then Brian Poe says, you're the best channel on YouTube. Wow.
Wow.
Coach
Thank you, bro.
Bald, what do you know about Inner Sandman by Metallica? And what do you think about Brian Poe saying that we are the best channel on YouTube? Dude, we're the low man on the totem pole, and we're competing with the pros. We're getting as many views on our live streams as dudes who teach YouTube. Coach Bald, how does that make you feel as the president?
Hey, you know what? We're just that is nothing but a title to me. I'm the guy that picks up the trash. I take out my own trash. You know what I mean? Like, I'm a grinder, man. That's nothing but a title to me. There's nobody below me. Anybody can come at me on this channel and ask me anything, and I go and do the same. You know, open door policy here with us. You know, we're one unit. You know what I mean? We're only as good as our, you know, newest player, because we don't have a worse player.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
We don't have any weak links on this team because we're all champions.
That's it.
And Liam says we actually are the best channel on YouTube. Man, dude, there are YouTube channels that have millions of dollars. All right, we're in the negative. All right, I can't even drive around the city of Richmond because I need to save money on gas. MK, I'll be on Coach Bald's team any day of the week. Liam says, be right back. Coach Bald, what are the plans today down in the south side of St. Petersburg, Florida, home of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers of the National Football League?
Yeah, I'm actually I got quite a few things I'm knocking out. I'm definitely dropping off some products over to St. Pete Rejuvenate, stopping, doing a pool sample. You know, there's just all kind of stuff I got going on. I've kind of been out of the loop because I had a lot of family members come in town. My wife just had a big birthday celebration, so all the family's kind of out of town. And you know, to be honest, I'm just kind of on standby. You know, our mom has not been doing very well at all, and things are just getting, you know,
keep y'all in your prayers.
Worse. Things are getting worse by the day. But she's fighting, and she would want us to keep doing what we're doing, keep trying to stay positive, keep her in her prayer in your prayers and stuff
And
like
she's
that.
proud of Totem Pole, is she not? She's proud. Liam says, stop lying, you are the best. Then DCL says the Totem Pole Nation are the underdogs. That's true. We're the underdogs. We're like Peter Parker. We're like the Spider-Man. Hope your mom gets better. That's what Brian Post said. So your mom is very proud of Totem Pole Nation. She's very proud of this group of individuals that have formed a community, a team, a family.
Absolutely. And, you know, the thing that always makes her smile is when, you know, her great grandkids are there. You know what I mean? And her great grandkids run from, we just turned 1 year old all the way up to 20-year-olds. So that age bracket, that is the people that make her light up. You know, she's not been able to eat anything here recently. So that's been very alarming, you know, and I have a wife and a daughter that are in the medical field. And, you know, they know that this is not good at all. You know, people don't come back from stuff like this.
My mom passed away from cancer. My mom passed away from cancer. DCL says prayers to Coach Bald's family. And, hey, make sure you hit the like button. Hit the subscribe, which I know all y'all have. But we may have some new people in here. If you're new, say something in the chat so we can welcome you to Totem Pole Nation. We are the low man on the totem pole. We do what's right. We do our best. We treat people how we want to be treated because we want to ultimately help others change lives, and to build champions. My friend's going to come later and watch you, and I bet he's going to love it 100% because you are the best. I love Totem Pole Nation. That's coming from Liam Plays. Man, Coach Ball. Thank you.
My heart, man.
It warms our heart. Liam Plays has a quote, and the quote of the day is, we never gave up or never backed down. Ooh, I like that. We never gave up and we never backed down.
I love that.
When times are tough and even when we are losing by a lot, we keep trying. And if we lose, we try our hardest. We don't tap out, man. We do not tap out. Brian Post said, like the stream. We don't tap out, man. Don't ever tap out in life. Don't ever tap out. Don't ever punk out. Don't ever back down. We are the low man on the totem pole. All right, nobody's expecting us to be successful. We're the underdog, but that's why we have a chip on our what, Coach Bald?
Chip on our shoulder, brother. Chip on our shoulder.
Yes, we do. We have a chip on our shoulder. We always have, haven't we?
You know, that's what, you younger members, that's what you have to understand is, when you're going through a tough time, you have to, I believe it's important to exercise, to do physical stuff, to get that negative stuff out. Because if you don't get that negative stuff out, it grows, it festers, it gets bigger. And, the next thing you do, you might say something to your parent or to a best friend, or you might be
something
mean to
you
your
regret.
dog or something like that. Something you regret that you can't take back sometimes. So go get a workout in. Do some physical exercise. Go sprint up and down the street. Go clean your room. You got to get something positive out of all of that negative energy. It's the best way. And then you've accomplished a good mission as well. It's good for you. Different people have different ways of soothing, their souls. Some people read, some people, music. Music to me is also, something that can just change my whole mindset and, change my mentality. That Enter Sandman, I'll tell you what, sometimes I hear that and for no reason. I could be down here in Florida with 120 degree, heat index, but that song comes on and I got chill bumps, just because of the impact that song has sometimes.
Brian Post said, when are you getting NCAA 25? July 15th, I believe. Liam says, also, you live in history because George Washington born there and a lot of historical stuff happened there. That is true, Liam. DCL says, I agree with Coach Bald. Welcome to Stargrove. Hold on one second. Stargrove, I got something for you because you deserve this. Totem Pole Nation. DCL, on Monday, I ran 1.5 miles. That is great, DCL. Brian Post, you got deluxe. No, we got the low man on the Totem Pole edition. Coach Ball, when we were their age, we were not doing the things that they are doing. All right? Tell them a little bit about what you had to overcome when you were their age, middle school, high school, to where you are today, to living in that beautiful house in the south side of St. Pete.
Well, it all started. I had a aunt that ran an aunt and uncle that ran a construction company, and we would pretty much rough grade and fine grade yards, which would basically mean, sometimes the foundation would be put up, and we would do pretty much everything, on the exterior that needed to be done after that. So a lot of it would be just filling in the dirt and smoothing out the land all the way to, throwing the seeds down, throwing the bales of hay down. So it was some really, really, grinding, heavy, physical labor work, and I pretty much did that from probably 6 to at least 13 or 14, every summer. Yeah.
From
Oh, yeah.
6 to 13 or 14, you were doing manual labor. Wow.
Every summer. Yeah, every summer.
summer.
And I'll tell you
And
what,
what was your
our aunt.
hours? From daylight to dusk?
No, we would leave in the dark and come back in the dark. Yeah, we would leave in the dark, come back in the dark.
Pole. Liam
Yeah,
says totem pole, totem pole. You would come in the dark and leave in the dark. Wow.
Yeah, yeah. And you know, we built calluses, but you know, it was a unit, it was a team. You know, you wouldn't get to a job and there wouldn't be at least 5 or 6 people there. You know, so you learn from the older guys and watch them. You know, those guys would be on tractors and, you know, they would be doing heavy stuff. And, you know, you'd be trying to do heavy stuff too. I'd be trying to carry out as many rakes as I could, as many shovels as I could. And, you know, I just learned from those guys how to
You wanted to be a part of the team.
Yeah, I learned at an early age that, you know, my role was important. Maybe I just go and, you know, somebody yells to get some water and I go bring a couple waters. You know what I mean? But,
you embraced your job.
Yeah. Oh, it was fun. You know, that was the thing. To get out of my neighborhood was fun, because the neighborhood I lived in at the time when all this started was Parkley Apartments. And, you know, we didn't have any grass. Like, we played in the dirt. And you know, everybody was from a bad background, because at that place you didn't have to pay a certain amount of rent. It was what you could afford. You know, some people could only afford $50 a month. They stayed there for that. You know, some people could only afford $200 a month, so they stayed there for that. And you know, during the summertime, you know, none of the kids were in school, so things got bad around there. It was really rough. So our aunt would come pick us up.
How many police calls every day?
30? There was a time where it averaged 3 911 calls a day for at least a 3-year period. So over 1,000 911
calls a day.
Yeah. And brother, I remember this. Pizza men would come in there and get robbed for their pizza and their car. Yeah, you just see a pizza guy running out of the neighborhood with his pizza shirt on only. Yeah, they took his car in.
You know what the crazy story is? There was a guy I met in Hillside Court. That's one of the roughest neighborhoods in Richmond, and he grew up in Woodlake, one of the nicest neighborhoods in Chesterfield. So he started out, he was born at the top of the totem pole. Now he's on the bottom. Coach Bald started on the bottom. Now he's on the top, but he knows where he came from and he knows who he is. He is a low man on the totem pole. So Coach Bald, whatever situation they're in right now, what can they learn from you?
You know, there's nothing that any of you guys couldn't find me and personally ask me. You know, you could find me on Twitter, Facebook, any of them. Send me a direct message if it's something you don't want to talk about and it's just a personal message. But, you know, I've learned
a personal life coach because they're a member of Totem Pole.
Right. I've just learned from losing. I've learned
they're a member of the tribe. They're a member of the tribe.
Yeah, man. I've just learned from making so many mistakes. Eventually, you're going to quit making that same mistake. You know.
Yes.
And a lot of it was. Most of the things I learned from was things I just had to go through. I didn't have, you know, a lot of times I didn't have somebody there to say, hey, you don't want to do this because this will happen. No, I just learned from it because I went through it. You know, firsthand knowledge. I had some rough times where I didn't really have anybody around. You know, just a mom I could call. Nobody else would answer my call. I was blocked by everybody. You know, but hey, sometimes you think rock bottom's the worst thing until that's the only rock you got. You know, you hold on.
Doubt.
You hold on because you know, and you always believe. You know, self-belief is one of the most important things that a person can have. Self-belief and self-discipline. Like, you have to make yourself get up and do that 1 mile run in the heat. You got to make yourself wake up, drink that bottle of water. You know, make yourself take that cold shower. And whenever you're able to do things that other people look at as difficult, you're able to be cool and calm. That's going to get you somewhere, especially when you come up with other difficult situations. You know what I mean?
Coach Bald, how important was professional wrestling to you growing up?
It was very important. You know what I mean? Because to me, it was something that I could focus on, and I could, I was one of these younger kids that I would get these I would get the GI Joes, and I would unscrew the back of them and make them into my own characters, and I would sit there and play, professional wrestling, in a corner on a chair while people are fighting and stabbing each other outside, literally. You know what I mean? And when I was in the apartments, it was a way for me to just get into my own kind of zone and find some joy, in a place that didn't have a whole lot of that at the time.
Yeah, find some joy in a war zone. I mean, how many of y'all like professional wrestling? If you like professional wrestling, put in the chat who your favorite wrestler is of all time. Mine is Ric Flair. I have a action figure here of Ric Flair on the wall. Y'all can't see it, but he's amazing. Here, I'm going to show y'all. Can y'all see that? Can y'all see the Nature Boy? There he is. I got that at the Bellwood Flea Market. I think I might have paid $5 for it. You have to pay about $40. No, that one's about $30 at Walmart. Can you believe that, Coach Bald, that an action figure is $30 at Walmart? Bo Bridges said Jordan Burroughs. Are you familiar with Jordan Burroughs, Coach Bald?
I thought he played basketball at UVA.
Jordan Burroughs is a wrestler, Bo. I always look forward to seeing Mick Foley in the early 2000s. How old are you, Stargrove? Because Mick Foley, man, we used to watch him when he was Cactus Jack. What other names did he have? Mankind?
Yeah.
Dude Love?
In fact, you got to show that.
Who?
Can you pull any way you can show? You'll have to pull up that clip because he had given Totem Pole Nation a shout out, and he gave me a shout out. Mick Foley did.
Yes, he did. Yes, he did. Hold on for a second. I'm gonna show him that. I'm gonna show him that because we actually own that footage. Mick Foley sent a message to Coach Bald, and I'm gonna show it to y'all right now. Mick Foley, Totem Pole. Where is Mick Foley? Here he is. Here he is, ladies and gentlemen. Watch this. Share screen. Mick Foley, Totem Pole. All right, here we go.
Whole nation. I know that's your YouTube channel, and that I've also heard from Totem Pole Nation that you are friends with Fidel
Sierra.
from Totem Pole Nation that you are friends with Fidel Sierra, who was a wrestler. That's right. He actually had a little motel around the Clearwater St. Pete area. I never got a chance to stay there, but he gave me the flyer way back when we were doing all the driving together. Yeah, we did. Way back when in like 92 or so. Wow, going back over 30 years. But he was a seasoned veteran, a good hand, and one of the wrestling contingent in Tampa. I tell you what, if you live in Tampa and you haven't met a pro wrestler, you have not tried very hard. Totem Pole Nation was wondering if I have any funny stories about Tampa. You know, St. Pete was where we went, to St. Petersburg. What's it called? the Bayfront Center, I think it was called. I remember Terry Gordy wrestling the Undertaker, and this was not the Gordy of old. This was not the All Japan Terry Gordy. This was the Gordy that was left after pretty serious drug interaction. But he was still a great guy. He just moved slower. And I remember Undertaker throwing him into the big fountain out there, and the way he got out is just Paul Bearer supplying the crowd, oh hell, and everyone broke out because they knew that's exactly how Terry Gordy would have been answering. So that's not a great Tampa story, but I was not a Tampa guy. I'm like 3/4 of the roster. I think legally you sign a contract and they give you a one-way ticket to Tampa, St. Pete, and say find a place to live. It's like the Charlotte of Mid-Atlantic. It's like the Atlanta of World Championship Wrestling. Yeah, WWE, gotta live there in Tampa, St. Pete. Coach Bald, wishing you the very best for you and Totem Pole Nation. Hoping all your days are nice.
Wow.
Hello.
Man, what did that mean to you? What did that mean to you? What did that mean to you, Coach Bald, when you received that message from Mankind? Stargrove, he was Mankind back then. CV said hi and bye. Thank you, CV. We got a lot of comments in here. How late stream? Anthony FSU, Florida State University says Stone Cold Steve Austin 316 says, I just whooped your blank. My favorite wrestling group is the Four Horsemen, Liam says. And my favorite person, the Four Horsemen, is I forgot his name because it's been so long since I talked about him. He says the man to beat the man. I think that's Ric Flair. Coach Ball, how did that make you feel that Mankind, Mick Foley, Cactus Jack sent you that message?
You know, it was definitely special because he was a special showman. You know, to play the different roles that he did and the way he was in the Attitude Era. And, you know, for him to give, one of my best friends, Fidel Sierra, kind of his flowers, that meant a lot as well, you know. And I'm so proud of Fidel because, you know, he came to St. Pete Rejuvenate and he did the ketamine infusions because he was just, you know, he was very injured from his 40 plus years in the business. You know, his back, legs, and his neck were all at a level 10. And after the treatment, it cut it in half and even more. He was down to about a level 3, you know, and it completely changed his life. He's still able to do it. And I think because of St. Pete Rejuvenate had a huge part, you know, of his comeback and him being able to come out there and still throw some people around. You know, he's still doing it. He's got an event coming up here at the end of the month in St. Petersburg, and I'm actually going to an event this Friday. I might be able to see if I can't turn on the lens a little bit and bring you guys with me. But I'm going to a Major League Wrestling event here in St. Petersburg, Florida. I think it's at the same place that Mick Foley was just talking about. They call it the Coliseum here in St. Petersburg. Yeah, but pretty much a sold-out event, man. One of the big names on there is Matt Riddle. He was a former WWE guy. He was the guy that his big catchphrase was bro. He was with RK Bro when him and Randy Orton. But, yeah, man, meant a lot. You know, I love pro wrestling. If there's any way I could ever help those guys, you know, I want to promote those guys, put them over. But I would love to get, you know, some of the guys that are injured that feel like, you know, they have to take these medicines that's tearing them up, or these narcotics that are, you know, really hurting them. You know, and let them try this, man. I'd love to get them with us and, you know, see if we can't do the same thing we've done for them that we did for the Cuban assassin Fidel Sierra.
Chiefs Kingdom says, hey, Coach, we almost there. And Chiefs Kingdom, are you talking about you're almost at UVA? Or are you staying overnight? Brian Post says W stream. Liam Play says I'm back. Chiefs Kingdom, this is for you. Chiefs Kingdom is in the house. Brian Post says Totem Pole Nation. Chiefs Kingdom goes no college football. Okay. Yes. EA Sports College Football is almost here. July 15th, right? Coming out for PS5.
Coach, I'm going to mute you really quick. But I'm going to mute myself really quick. I got to run in here and talk to somebody, but I'll be right back with you guys for sure.
All right, brother. Anthony, FSU, Florida State University says, yeah, they used to call it the house that Dusty Rhodes built back in the day. Anthony, are you down there near St. Pete? Are you near Coach Bald? Chiefs Kingdom says, no, the 19th. The 19th, EA Sports, NCAA College Football is out. And we cannot wait. Totem Pole Nation, the low man on the totem pole. What a blessing it is to be a part of Totem Pole Nation. What a blessing it is to be here with y'all and to see y'all grow, to see y'all get better every day. Every day is a new opportunity to learn, and you either win or you learn. If you lose, you learn. All right, so DCL said Texas Tech. What was it? What did DCL say? He said, could we play with – I know one of the teams was Texas Tech. I can't remember the other one. Crazy Clips 2. Who are you a fan of? In football or college football? College football, I'm a fan of Alabama. I'm a fan of Georgia. I'm a fan of Miami because my friend coaches there, and I'm a fan of Michigan because they win. All right, DCL said Michigan State and Texas Tech. No, sir. I live in Jacksonville, Florida. I've been here 40 years. Wow. Anthony, FSU. I just want to say thank you. Thank you for being on here, and thank you for giving back and helping these young people that are on here that want to be successful so bad. And some of us older members of Totem Pole, that's what we do. We give back. After you do this game, can you do Texas A&M and TCU? All right, so DCL, I'm going to let you pick one, and Bentley can pick one. All right, so it's going to be A&M and DCL. Who do you want? DCL, between Michigan State and Texas A&M, which one are you picking? I'm going to let Bentley pick one. Michigan State, all right. Air raid. Ooh, this is Mike Leach. After you do this game, Michigan State, and Boise State get all my love. Star Grove, thank you. Michigan and Boise State. I think that'll be the next game. Michigan and Boise State. We'll play that on the blue field, man. That'll be fun. Michigan State and Texas A&M. Rest in peace, Mike Leach. Rest in peace to the head ball coach of Texas A&M. Actually, he won't at Texas A&M. He was at Texas Tech. My fault. Texas A&M's head coach at this time might have been Dennis Franchione, but I could be wrong. Totem Pole Nation, we're so proud of y'all. We got 31 people on YouTube watching us. We got 24 people on Coach Ball's Twitter. And what a blessing it is to have y'all on here and to be able to give back. Because We enjoy getting to know y'all, and y'all enjoy getting to know us, and we're a team. We're a family. 5-star Jackson. Man, Coach Bald, 5-star Jackson has came on as a member of Totem Pole.
Wow. Thank you. Thank you, Jackson. Hey, Coach, tell them, if you don't mind, give them a summary of that Mike Leach story that I sent you. I thought that was just gold right there.
Yeah, Mike Leach, when he was at Oklahoma, he basically wrote down, he had his play card in his script, and he came up with a fake play card. He came up with a fake script. And Oklahoma, he dropped it and thinking Oklahoma would pick it up, and they did, and they picked it up. And like Coach Bald said, they called it a trick play, and they scored a touchdown. And that's just the type of guy he was. Everybody loved Mike Leach. He was not your typical football coach. Hey, y'all, could y'all please welcome in 5-star Jackson? 5-star Jackson has definitely been a 5-star member of Totem Pole. I mean, yeah, he is all of y'all are 5 stars. We have nothing but 5 stars on this team. We're like the dream team. We're like the dream team, Coach Bald.
We're loaded.
And we
are loaded with talent.
You got to do Florida State versus Florida, Florida State versus Miami. Sure. DCL, I'm going to be on here a while because YouTube wants us to live stream. All right. That is what the algorithm is telling us by the numbers. They want us to live stream, and they want us to live stream a long time. They don't want us to live stream for an hour or 2 hours. They want us to go a long time, don't they, Coach Bald?
Absolutely, man. You guys absolutely crushed it with that 100-mile. What was the 100-mile market?
100-mile yard sale. Brian Post, welcome 5-star Jackson, and DCL says we are the 5-star team on Tecmo Bowl. We are all Bo Jacksons, right, Coach Bald? You had Super Tecmo Bowl. Trayton Powers, Texas and Texas A&M is going to be a heck of a football game. I agree, Mr. Powers. Trayton, welcome to Totem Pole Nation. Totem Pole, welcome Trayton. I don't know if he's ever been here before. We're the low man on the Totem Pole. Anthony, Florida State says Texas picked it up, not out Oklahoma because he was coaching for Oklahoma. That's right. I said it wrong. You're exactly right, Anthony. Thank you very much for correcting me. I am wrong a lot. If anybody makes mistakes, what is our saying, Coach Bald? Everybody makes mistakes, especially me. Adventures of Grayson. What's up, Adventures of Grayson? Everybody welcome Adventures of Grayson to Totem Pole Nation. DCL says, welcome back, Trayton. Man, Coach Bald, how does it feel to be the chief of this tribe that is Totem Pole Nation?
Everybody get ready. All right. Spread them out. Everybody 5 yards apart. We're going to do some up downs, ladies and gentlemen. Have you guys ever done up downs before? On my cadence. Ready? Begin. No, I'm kidding. Oh, man, it's just great, man. It's just great to have a family atmosphere, to have people push each other to get better, and pick each other up when we're down. That's what's important. When you're down in the dumps, man, you feel like you got nobody. Put us on. Watch us. Listen to the Life Lessons podcast. You can listen to any one of them, and you're probably going to laugh. You're probably going to see us laugh. You'll probably see us cry. You'll probably see us have a good time, but that's what you do. That's what you do with your good friends, your good family, and people that you care about. It's important.
Trayton Powers said Oklahoma has a gauntlet of a schedule in the SEC. The SEC football is different. They have to go on the road to Auburn and play the Auburn Tigers and the Alabama Crimson Tide and the LSU Tigers. Adventure of Grayson just subbed. Okay, so Adventure of Grayson, because you just subbed, this is for you. TL said, oh gosh. Anthony, Florida State Seminoles said, we all make mistakes. We just got to learn from them. Amen, Anthony. Thank you for giving back to Totem Pole. Brian Post said, my dog is sleeping. Okay, let him sleep. That's what dogs like to do. Let a sleeping dog lie. Stargrove, getting off topic for a moment, is the Funko discussion still happening later today? The guy hasn't called me and canceled yet. He called me the other day and canceled at 1 o'clock. So as far as I know, yes. If not, I'll let y'all know.
Coach,
Blaze
did
Jones
you
for
see-
Tech is my team. Yeah, Coach Ball.
Did you see the My Little Funko guides that I sent you?
Yeah. When did you
was it?
send me Funko?
It was a while. It was when you told me you were going to have him on the podcast. I sent you exactly the ones I had. I got them about 6 months ago. A good friend of mine was like, "Hey, man, I know you'll like this." It was 2 of them. You know who it was? It was WrestleMania 3, big brother. It was Andre versus Hogan.
Hulk Hogan. That was Hulk Hogan and
Yeah.
Andre Giant. You told me that. I remember that.
Yeah.
Anthony, Florida State. We got to do the Oklahoma drill. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. That's what I'm
Is
talking
that illegal
about.
now, Coach?
Huh?
Have they banned Oklahoma drill yet?
Not that I know of. How can you ban a one-on-one, one guy blocking another? I mean, that's football. That's what happens at every position. Crash, bang, smash them up. That's my favorite drill.
Yeah, I don't know, Coach.
I'm a diehard huh?
I see guys walking around with tires on their helmet now. I don't know what's going on.
Nah, what is old is new. I mean, dude, I saw a Willie Lanier signed card at a card shop on Broad Street for $15. Trayton Powers, I'm a diehard Kentucky fan. Honestly, this season depends on how Brock Vandagriff and the offense plays. 5-star is also a Kentucky fan. And then Trayton says, let's go BBN. Wow. That dude sat in the pocket. So Trayton Powers, welcome to the family. Welcome to Totem Pole Nation. We're a championship team. Coach Ball,
Mr. Powers.
what are you feeling? What do you want to tell Totem Pole Nation? This is like the State of the Union address.
Well,
This
you
is
know
like
what? Hey, man, you know, I just appreciate all of you guys.
He appreciates, I guess he had a phone call. 5-star Jackson said, I met Deion Walker. That is amazing. 5-star, you are a 5-star. You bring your A game every day. What a blessing it is to be here on Totem Pole Nation, to have Texas A&M, the Aggies, the home of Johnny Money Manziel, playing Michigan State University. I'm Texas A&M, and I'm not even good in this game. I'm not even going to try to front, man. I don't even want to act like I'm good. I just try my best, but I'm hanging out with friends. And it doesn't matter if we win or lose. If we're hanging out with friends, it's just a video game. We're having a good time. So this is a community of like-minded individuals that want to be successful, that believe in faith, family, football, friends, and the future of content creation. If you are a content creator, if you're trying to get more subs, you're trying to get more views, if you really want to be a YouTuber, you need to become friends with people that have the same goals as you. And that's what Totem Pole is about. Brian Post, I had a camp Sunday, and I met Garrett Wilson and Jackson Smith. He was a great wide receiver, man, for Ohio State. Trayton Powers said it's funny watching Ray Davis run for 280 yards on Florida last year. Bentley said, I met Deion Sanders in a Walmart one day with his son. Wow. Thought that Deion Sanders shopped at Louis. I didn't know he shopped at Wally World. That's impressive, Bentley. 5-star College Football 25 is getting closer and closer. Coach Ball, which college football game and what video game did you play growing up? Football games. Somebody asked about I remember that original wrestling game they had on Nintendo. Football games.
Football, I mean, it had to be Madden or it had to be, NCAA. I remember the one with Shoelace on it. I thought that one was good. They had one with Robert Griffin III that was very good as well. But yeah, man, I grew up 10-yard fight.
Yes.
Joe Montana Sports Talk Football. That was a good one.
Dude, you sound like the guy, man.
Welcome to Joe Montana Sports Talk Football.
Man, you sound just like the dude, man.
Amen. But yeah,
that
man,
is amazing.
Just to kind of ride your coattails on, what you're saying, to the members and everything. It is, if you wanna build that thing, you have to have a bond with people. You have to like people. You have to care about people. It really is. That's how you're making a difference.
Trayton Powers said, I met Cam Chancellor from the 757 from Maury High School in Norfolk, Virginia at a Seahawks training camp, Virginia Tech graduate before he retired. Stargrove is showing his age, Coach. Stargrove is saying, pro wrestling on NES, ? The one with Starman and the Amazon. That's impressive.
That's
Coach
very
Bald,
impressive.
are you impressed by that?
Yeah, absolutely. They had Killer Khan, I think his name was, or somebody Khan. I remember that name. Yeah, Starman was like the purple character. They even had like the Loch Ness Monster, some green guy. Man. I used to love that.
The fish guy. Wasn't there a fish guy?
I think that was the Loch Ness Monster.
Stargrove said the speech on Joe Montana's game was amazing for the time. Stargrove, did you hear Coach Bald? Tell Coach to be safe from the hurricane. That's what Brian Post says, Coach Bald. Can you do the Joe Montana football voice one more time?
Welcome to Joe Montana Sports Talk Football. You have it, man. That's all I got.
That's the one I grew up playing. Stargrove said, hey, I'm going to head out. DCL, I can't wait to watch your live stream, brother. All right? Get on that Dave Matthews Band. Get on that James Taylor. I've seen fire and I've seen rain. DCL said, OMG. Stargrove, I did. The Amazon was the fish man. DCL said, peace out. Peace out, DCL. This is for you. DCL is a great member, another 5-star member of Totem Pole. Coach Bald, that guy can sing and he can play the guitar. Were you impressed yesterday?
Yes. Yep, he definitely has a skill set to him. How old?
I don't know, Coach. He might be in high school. I'm not really sure. I think he's in high school.
Yeah, he played guitar like a college guy. He's been doing it his whole life.
Yeah, I mean,
Coach,
I'm
gonna do the same thing. I gotta mute you for a moment.
All right. To be able to play those songs, man, without even like looking at it, that's impressive, man. I mean, he was just playing that off the dome, man. To be able to play those songs, man, I got him. Instagram, we've never streamed on Instagram before, y'all, but we don't have nobody watching us. That's all right. We'll grow on Instagram. We just started streaming to Instagram. I was trying to go to TikTok too, but it's a lot of work getting all these set up, you know. When I get older, I want to be an NFL player. Well, this is the right place to be if you want to be an NFL player. Okay, so Brian Post, you want to be an NFL player. What does the NFL stand for? This is something you need to know. And every NFL football player is told this. Some guys find out about it before others, but they all find out eventually. What does the NFL stand for? It's a trick question. I'm not looking for National Football League. What does the NFL stand for? Okay? It's not the National Football League. Does anybody else want to answer? It does mean that, but it's a trick question. Bentley said, I'm on my phone and watch on Instagram too. Wow. It means not for long. It means not for long. Think about this. If they'll get rid of Tom Brady, if they'll get rid of Bill Belichick, Joe Montana, they'll get rid of us. So that's why it means not for long. You're one play away from never playing again. Your backup plan is your education. Get your education. You can't say what Chris Rock says it stands for on YouTube. Yeah. Yeah, I can't. You're right. There's a lot of things that Chris Rock says that I can't say, Stargrove. And I love Chris Rock. The old Chris Rock, the guy that had a gap in his teeth. Mike plays. You never made it to the NFL. You're playing NCAA right now. Be quiet. All right, hold on. Mike plays. You're telling me to be quiet. How many NFL players have you coached? How many NFL players have you been around? Well, you can Google me, Coach Troy Taylor. And Google the NFL guys I coached. Thank you, Mike Plays. And you ask anybody that played in that league what the NFL stands for, and they're going to tell you not for long. Thank you. 20. Yeah, right. Google me, Coach Troy Taylor, Richmond, Virginia. Morgan Moses, New York Jets. I met Les Lewis. I met Tom Brady. Aaron. Okay. Ask them what NFL stands for next time. See what they tell you. But thank you for commenting, Mike Plays. I appreciate your perspective. No, it means not for long. Goof. I'm a goof. I'm a goof, but you're watching me. Put your real name up there. Coach Troy Taylor, Richmond, Virginia. What's yours? I'll Google you. You can Google me. See if you've done what I've done and been where I've been and coached who I coached. Mike Plays. Coach Taylor just don't play. He coaches. Mm-hmm. But thank you for commenting. It helps Totem Pole Nation because we're the low man on the totem pole. I ain't never met. You met Les Lewis. I don't know who Les Lewis is. Is that Ray Lewis? I coached his son, Ray, that died 2 years ago. I coached Ray Lewis's son. I did a podcast with the guy who told Bill Belichick, well, not the guy because he died, with his wife and his two daughters that told Bill Belichick to draft Tom Brady. His name is Dick Rabine. Aaron Rodgers? I coached the guy that played with Aaron Rodgers. Brandon Ross. Patrick Mahomes? The Chiefs? I know the D-line coach. Deshaun Watson from Clemson? I know his quarterback coach. Trevor Lawrence? I know his quarterback coach. But Mike Plays, thank you for commenting. Bentley, I comment on Instagram. Anthony FSU, NFL stands for never forget loyalty. Because there is none in that league. There is no loyalty, man. It's bottom line, win or go home. make money, or go home. Coach Bald, how are you doing? Listen to this list of players Mike plays that Coach Bald coached on one high school team. Listen to this list, and they'll tell you the NFL stands for not for long. Tell them, Coach Bald, who was on your team? Who did you coach, Coach Bald?
A couple guys that are having a nice clinic this weekend at Lakewood High School, and that would be Shaquille and Shaquem Griffin. They both were superstars at Lakewood. Both went on to go to the University of Central Florida, where I believe they went there and they didn't. I think the year they went there, they didn't have a victory the year before, and by the time they left, the guys went undefeated with the.
And the running back at Central Florida was Will Stanback. I recruited Virginia Union and went to the NFL, and then now he's the face of the CFL. But Mike plays. Yeah, I'm a goof. I looked up your name and found the best McDonald's mascot. Okay, Mike plays, sure. Sure you did. Where are you from? Mike plays. Where are you from? Mike plays. What exactly do you play with? Mike plays. I bet you, if even you play football, which you probably don't, I'm your coach's favorite coach. Tell me what state you're from. I probably know a coach from your state. I bet they probably know me. But appreciate you. See you in next life. Coach Bald, what's up?
How we doing?
Who else, Coach Bald? You coach Shaquille and Shaquem Griffin. Who else?
Yeah, they're having a flag football camp this weekend at Lakewood High. I believe another stud from that team was on the offensive line, which I was blessed to coach this guy, a guy by the name of Isaiah Wynn, who was all-state,
University of Georgia,
all-state selection here in Florida. Then went on to Georgia, because how about this? Coach Nick Saban said he was too small to play anything but center at the University of Alabama. So he's stuck
6'2", he's first round pick.
Hey, how many 6'2"? Yes, sir. Yes, sir. He's having a event, I believe, this weekend too at another park where he's giving away food and all kind of swag and stuff like that, man. So it's great to see those guys doing that. You know, two other guys. Rodney Adams was in the league for a little bit. I don't believe he's doing that anymore. I think he's going into to possibly acting.
Rodney Adams? That's another NFL guy.
Right, stud receiver, played for the Bears for a little bit, I believe he got drafted to the Colts, but he was one that went to University of Toledo, then ended up at the University of South Florida. Another guy that did the same thing was, now Buffalo Bill. He's won a Super Bowl with the Kansas City Chiefs. I think he may have won a Super Bowl.
Marquez Valdez-Scantling.
Yeah, he may have even won one with the Green Bay Packers. Did he not?
Marquez Valdez-Scantling. This guy, Coach Bald, coach the guys that you play Madden with. Mike plays. It feels like NCAA 25 has taken over 70 years to come out. That's exactly right, Brian Post. Who else, Coach Bald? Is there anybody else?
Absolutely. Well, yeah, we had a guy that went by the name of A.D. Paulmore. And,
A.D. Paulmore.
He decided that, he was going to give up doing football. He played arena ball. He bounced around to a couple colleges. And he decided to get into mixed martial arts. And he is actually, I think he's got one no contest on his record. Besides
Yeah, besides that, he's got all knockouts. But yeah, he's an MMA fighter. The cyborg, A.D. Paulmore. He was our tight end. And back then, he was probably about 6'2", maybe 215. And
who recruited him, Coach? Who recruited him when he got in trouble at college?
Hey, there was one Coach Troy Taylor at VUU that was trying to get in. No, that was at Virginia State.
Virginia Union.
Virginia Union,
Yeah,
VUU. I had
Virginia
it right.
Union, yeah.
At the beginning.
Yes.
That's right.
So,
That's right.
yeah,
I talked to the cyborg.
Can you do a video that shows all your football cards? My son's got all the cards, dude. I don't really have that many cards right now. A lot of my son's stuff. My son's got all the cards, but I'll see if he can't bring some of them over. Right, Brian?
Speaking of him, Coach, I'm really proud of him for gutting it out in that heat that you guys had during that 100-mile flea market run.
Yeah, the 100-mile yard sale. That's in 360 on 360. It starts in Amelia and ends in Victoria or South Hill, somewhere in the middle of nowhere where you don't get cell service.
Yeah, it reminds me of when I was grinding out with my aunt from dark to dark. You know,
from dark to dark. Man, I got fired up a little bit, Coach. Look, y'all. There's a couple things that I don't play about. And one thing I don't play about is football. Like, someone's not going to tell me that I didn't play football. Somebody's not going to come on here and say I'm a scrub. Like, dude, you can say I'm a scrub, but ask your coach about me. Ask your coach that coaches against me if I'm a scrub. When they beat us, they celebrate like it's the Super Bowl. Mm-hmm. And when we beat them, we go shake their hands and act like we've done it before. And when they win, we act like they accomplished something because they have. That's Ralph Waldo Emerson. I played defensive end in football. That's great. Howard Shotsky, who is the resident agent and lawyer and legal representation for Totem Pole and was my agent when I was at Virginia Union, was Michael Strahan's agent. There aren't many defensive ends that are better than Michael Strahan, maybe Reggie White. So when you come on here and say that I'm a scrub and I don't know nothing about football, like, dude, ask your coach about me. Ask them if they know Coach Troy Taylor, not the Stanford one, the one from Route 10. Yeah, Coach. Hey, I'm getting fired
Coach
up.
McNally's disciple.
Yeah.
One of Coach McNally's disciples.
Who got Jim McNally, the greatest offensive line coach of all time, on Twitter?
The man that had the longest offensive line podcast with one coach, Bob Wiley.
Where's my Anthony Munoz card? Let me get my Anthony Munoz card out here that I got from the flea market. Where is this at? I got all these TVs around here. I'm getting ready to throw a TV against the wall. Y'all think Kai Cenat is wild? Dude, Kai Cenat is an act. He's a show. He's a kid. Our life is a reality show. All you got to do is follow us with the phone. Ask Gene Steratore about me. Look at that guy. He only runs the Hall of Fame. He's a member of the Hall of Fame. He's the first Mexican-American to be in the NFL Hall of Fame. I've been on a FaceTime call with him. Anthony Munoz. So when you come on here and say that I'm a scrub and I don't know what I'm talking about, man, I have another side to me, don't I, Coach Bald? Coach Bald doesn't show his other side, but I like it. I like my other side. It makes it fun because I'm a nice guy. But how do you know unless you ain't seen my other side? Right, Coach Bald? You're a life coach. Talk to me about expressing my feelings, Coach Bald, and how I should take on these trolls and haters that come on. Give me some life coach advice, because you're a professional life coach, a trained and certified professional.
I just don't think you should ever, get upset about something that somebody you wouldn't even take advice from anyway says.
Say that again. Don't take criticism from people you wouldn't take advice from. That's Dabo Sweeney. Amazing, Coach Bald.
I wouldn't let that bother you, one bit. It's like crickets. You know what crickets do, Coach? They chirp.
They eventually get quiet.
They chirp all the time. And then when you get close to them, they keep their mouths shut.
Coach Bald, but they say that I got to be authentic. I got to be my authentic self. In order for Totem Pole Nation to be successful, they said I have to be my authentic self. Okay, hold on. My man, Anthony FSU. Coach Troy, that Mike guy is just a troll. He's just trying to get under your skin, and we are better people than him, and we live by a higher standard. Yes, we live by a higher standard, Anthony. I totally agree. Brian Post, I might play quarterback this year. Great position. Kermit, Coach Bald, Kermit, I got something for you, Kermit. Are you ready? Kermit is in the house. Coach Bald, keep preaching to me. I need it.
Yeah, man. That's what some people feed off of that stuff, Coach. That's those people.
So
you take that stuff and you take that on a good nature hike or a good walk or a good workout. A good punching bag. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because they're not going to say that to you personally.
I feel great. I feel wonderful.
If they said it to you personally and in your face, they would become a punching bag. You know what I'm saying, Coach?
Yeah, I'm Woody Hayes. Kermit, I'm back. Kermit said thank you. Thank Scotty and Howie. They're the ones that made that. They said, Coach, I'm not making any more of those individual ones. We're up to about 100 you've asked us to make. We're going to make some these Totem Pole ones for members of Totem Pole. Because that's what y'all are. Y'all are members of the team. We're a family. We are getting bigger, faster, and what every day, Coach Bald?
Stronger.
Yes.
Bigger, faster, stronger. Day by day.
I'll tell you one thing. With Coach Bald and Terminator and with Anthony FSU and with Stargrove, I would be willing to walk down any dark alley in America with those guys. Those are the guys you want to have your back. Right, Coach Bald?
Absolutely, man. We got the Lieutenant Colonel, our main man, Crystal Ball Paul.
Yes. Kermit, yes, MK was on today. Yes, she was.
That type of leadership that we have, from him, we got.
He's amazing. Stargrove, love you, brother. Appreciate you being on here, man. And I'm just, that's who I am, man. I can't turn it off, man. Like, let me just pause this for a second. There's been all these celebrities, streamers, and sometimes I watch them, and I watched this one guy recently. I was like, dude, this guy, he's playing a part. Like, he's really not like that. Like, it's kind of offensive for him to act like a person with a disability. But you know what you find out in The Wizard of Oz? You find out that the wizard ain't a wizard. You find out when you go behind the curtain that person really ain't who they say they are. The wizard ain't a wizard. Y'all are just as smart, if not smarter, and y'all look just as good or better than anybody on one of these screens. And that's why we're doing this, Totem Pole Nation, because we want y'all to know that y'all can make it happen. I'm a high school and small college football coach from Virginia. Me and Coach Bald grew up making prank phone calls. We grew up wrestling each other. We grew up playing football and sometimes roughhousing with people. And sometimes we were getting in trouble. But we want y'all to be better than what we were. We want y'all to learn from our mistakes. What flavor of popsicle should I get? I like them all, dude. Brian Post, go with grape. Anthony FSU, just let it go in one ear and out the other. Man, thank you, Anthony. It's good to have somebody to talk to. But that was actually fun for me. I think y'all enjoyed watching me go crazy. Coach Ball, when's the last time you went crazy?
Oh, man.
Be honest with me, Coach.
It was
when you tore your bicep, when those guys left Totem Pole and stole our videos, you were pretty evil that day, man. Stargrave, I will go with grape. When's the last time? I think it was when you ripped your bicep, dude. Remember when you ripped your bicep and those guys from the wrestling show stole our stuff and talked junk about us? You were going to go after those dudes. Have you been that angry since?
Oh no, I wasn't angry that time. I mean, those guys, man, those guys are old enough to be our dads, man. I'm not trying to put no harm on those guys, man. You know, they've had a hard enough life. You know,
they've had a hard enough. Yeah, and one guy only lives in a rich neighborhood just because he married a rich family that we know. You know what I'm saying? You know,
I had some good conversations. We had good conversations with the morning host for a while.
Everyone, please subscribe. This guy is the inspiration, and he gives out valuable life lessons. Kermit, that means the world to me. Coach Bald is the president of Totem Pole. He's the chief of Totem Pole Nation. He personally visited Alaska, and the people of Totem Bar gave their blessing on Totem Pole to use the name Totem Pole Nation.
Yeah.
How does that make you feel, Coach Bald, that Kermit says, please subscribe, this guy, and it just ain't me, Kermit. It's everybody that's involved with this channel. We have the same mission. We have the same goals. We have the same ambition. It's not to be rich and famous. It's to be great, because greatness is determined by service. Brian Post said, Kermit's so true. Coach Bald, how does it feel for Kermit to say that? And you personally visited Totem Bar in Alaska last year and got their blessing to be called Totem Pole Nation.
Yeah,
and how did those things
means everything, man.
You were a part of Totem Pole Nation.
You know, at first I don't think they knew, what we were really about. And then, once we hung out and got to enjoy each other's conversation and, got to, we got personal. We told different stories of, stories you only tell your best friends and stuff like that. And at the end of the day, man, we were all hugging, exchanging numbers, and it's just a beautiful thing, man. That's how you make friends. That's how you make, friendships. And it was a beautiful thing. But yeah, to get that blessing to be there, it was, I don't know, man. It's almost like fate. It was almost like magic. You know what I mean? But
were they honored? Were they honored that we are honoring them by being known as the Totem Pole?
Without a doubt. They said, that the Totem Pole tells their story. And
yes,
us
Totem
telling
Pole
our story. Yeah, we tell our stories, and because that's the thing. You can hear the best story in the world, but unless you meet one of us, you'll never hear it unless you hear it personally. So what we're doing, we have the ability to kind of document history. We documented history already. Look at what we've done with our Jimmy Rogers podcast. He'll be forever. He'll be forever on YouTube. And that means everything because
forever in our hearts.
He's forever with us, without a doubt. We'll never lose him. He might not be walking amongst us, but he's damn
talking
sure
about
watching
my best
over
friend
us.
of 20 years that passed away a couple years ago. He's talking about my mentor. He's talking about the guy that told me my future. I'm going to show y'all something. Y'all are going to be like, wow, coach, you look like you look better than Brad Pitt and Tom Cruise. That's what you're going to tell me. Here you go. This was me at Lambo's age. That was me. I was a little bit thinner. I was a little bit younger. But I have the same smile and I have the same spirit. And that lady next to me, she was special. She just passed away. Her name is Sandy Silvestri. She knew that I was going to follow in her footsteps. So she poured into me. So I one day would pour into others. Because the same thing that makes a villain makes a hero. But villains are hurt and they hurt others. And heroes are healed and they heal others. Star Grove, off to run errands now. Thanks for your time, coaches. Star Grove, it's a blessing. Dude, I'm glad I got to know you. And I thought you were just a kid on here. But, dude, you know your stuff. Appreciate you, brother. Anthony, Florida State. Also, hit the like button, double tap on the screen. That's what Totem Pole is all about. I mean, Coach Ball, I was going back through all of our old podcasts, and y'all will not believe this. We had podcasts that only 20 to 30 people watched, but we didn't quit, did we, Coach Ball? And it didn't matter if there was one person watching it. We knew why we were doing it. See, I wish I could go back and see a video of my mom. I wish I could go back and see a video of my grandpa. I wish I could go back and see videos of my dad. My dad's still here, but he's 82. But I would like to go back and say, well, wonder what Dad would say about this. Or maybe one day y'all will say, I wonder what Coach Ball would have said about this. And then what do y'all do? Come to Totem Pole. Come back to the Totem. Anthony, we got 25 people and only 10 likes. Come on, let's get the likes up. Anthony, thank you very much. Kermit, yes, and everyone spam that heart. Coach Ball, how does it make you feel that we came from doing this? I mean, when we first started this, we don't even care if anybody was watching. More people watch on Facebook. But YouTube has been very, very good to us. And that's when Streak told me, Coach Bald. Streak told me. Streak said, a lot of these kids that watch y'all want to be YouTubers. They want to be live streamers. They want to be content creators. And that's when I said, well, dude, we need to help them. We need to teach them the secrets. Because there's people that teach the secrets of YouTube that get less views than us. And they have 1 million subscribers, y'all. And they probably have $1 million in the bank. But they get less views than Totem Pole.
Wow.
That's the secret. It ain't about the video game. It ain't about the video. It's about the people. You win with people. We're a team, ain't we, Coach Bald? How does it make you feel that these guys are a part of our team?
You know, Coach, sometimes the messenger turns into the message.
Yes. Sometimes the messenger becomes the message. Man, I love that movie. We live it, don't we, Coach Bald?
This is who we are, man.
Coach Bald,
this is who we
tell
are.
them about when I came to your house.
Oh, it was awesome.
Tell them about when I came to your house.
Yeah, man. Like you
Tell
just.
them what happened. I don't care. Tell them the truth. Tell them
you
really what happened.
Just tears started pouring out. And I didn't know what was wrong. But you were just like, man, I'm so proud of you because I know where you came from and I know what you've been through. And I know a lot of people thought you'd been dead. And look at you now. Look at you now. You didn't give up on yourself like other people do. You didn't quit on yourself when nobody else wanted to be there. You kept going, you kept grinding, you kept killing it, and you kept in contact. And yeah, man, it had to be shocking. Coach Bland was the same way. He got there and was just like, oh my gosh, like this is an epiphany right here.
Coach Bland was our coach.
Yeah,
He came was our mentor. He's the reason we became a coach. He's the reason we probably didn't go to the penitentiary.
Yep. And he had Coach James for him. Was it Coach James? Who was it?
For Coach Bald? For Coach Bland?
Yeah.
Who was his coach?
Who was his coach at WVU, who also ended up coaching at
Mike Jacobs, but I think Coach Waters and Coach Strobel really were the two. Brian says, I love this channel. Brian, isn't it a shame that the low man on the totem pole is your favorite channel? Because I've been thinking about this a lot. There's professionals, there's millionaires that have channels, and they don't do what we do. That's why we started this, because I was like, Barstool Sports? Like, seriously? They're the common man? I was like, no, they're not the common man. Dude, I eat Little Caesars pizza. I eat frozen pizza. Coach Bald, remember when we used to make the frozen pizzas after practice? And it was like $2 for a Tony's pizza or a Red Baron? We don't need no bougie pizza. We use ketchup or ranch if you're really bougie. You're one of the best streamers I have ever watched. Wow. Dude, I tell you, because you know why? I ain't a streamer. I ain't a streamer. I'm a coach. I'm a teacher. If you was in my class, you'd be hearing the same stuff. And that's why, Coach Bald, when we're in Hillside Court, a kid can come up to me, 2 kids, 3 kids, and say, Coach, you changed my life.
Wow.
If our goal is to help others change lives and build champions, if a kid tells me that I changed his life, that's bigger than helping somebody. That's bigger than winning a championship. That's what it's all about, ain't it, Coach Bald? What did they teach you when you went to life coach training? Give me 3 things that you learned that you might have known before that you would like to tell them. 3 things from your training. He's a trained, paid, professional life coach. That's why he's Coach Bald. He was a football coach. Now he's a life coach. Brian Post made some popcorn. Dude, I can teach you how to make popcorn just like the movie theater. Go ahead, Coach.
Yeah, you want to, like, the things that really bother you, you want to write them down. And you want to write down also the kind of things that trigger you to have those feelings. You know, you want to write that stuff down. And then, you know, you want to work towards not having those issues, you know, get in your way, or how to get over that fence. You know, that's 2 things. The third thing is that, you know, as a life coach, you don't really dig in the past. You take a person from right now and where you can get them better. And people want to get better in different aspects. You know, some people want to get better financially. Some people want to spend more time with their family. Some people want to have better health. You know, some people want to have more time for themselves. So, you know, it's kind of critiquing, you know, that, but also like that first meeting is pretty crucial, you know, because the best way to have a person, open up and tell you information is you got to kind of bare your own soul. You got to kind of give information on maybe a time that you needed some help and how you were able to overcome a certain situation or adversity.
Man, that's powerful. So what you're saying is basically you have to, in order to get to know someone, they got to get to know you. It's a two-way street. If I'm a teacher, I got to learn about you. And for you to learn about me, I got to learn about you. See, teachers just don't teach. Teachers learn. The best teachers in the world are the best learners. They say to be a lifelong learner in school. They say to be a critical thinker. Well, that's what we want you to be here at Totem Pole. See, we don't have to be in a building to be in school, and we don't have to be in a building to be in a church. Totem Pole Nation is our refuge, our place to go, our safe space. Isn't it, Coach Bald? Coach Bald
Amen, brother.
said,
Amen.
You can hit him up at any time. Our social medias are at Coach Troy Taylor and at Coach Bald. Bentley said your mom is
accessible.
Thank your mom. I want you to
Easily
thank your mom.
accessible on Twitter.
Wow.
Yeah.
Great 2-point
I'll tell you,
right there.
Let me tell you this, Coach. By you just saying that, get to know people. We had done a podcast last year, and we had my guy that is playing pro football over in Germany. You remember Liddell Golden? Yep.
Yes.
Well, when he was in high school, he was the opposite corner of one of the Griffins, and he had, I want to say he botched a punt or something like that. And dude, those guys were all over him. I mean, like ripping him. And I mean, almost to where it was about to be a fist fight on the sidelines. You know what I did, man? I pulled him aside, and I didn't used to talk to guys on the other side. I was strictly an offensive line guy, but they knew how
to your segment.
They knew how I would rage out, and show, just show joyful rage towards my offensive lineman. He respected me, and I pulled him aside and I got in his ear and I said, look, man, it's all about what happens from here on out. And he ended up in that game having like the game sealing interception to win the game, but it's because I knew him. I knew he was so hard on himself. That's how some people are. They're so competitive that they're worse on themselves than anybody else will be. And the way his teammates were on him too, man, it was, I knew he needed a hug. I knew he needed somebody to grab him. And that's what I did. And hey, man, I'm going to have to hit him up and we talk to him again because he's back over there playing. And I think they're undefeated and just rolling over people, man.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
That is amazing. And, I'd say one of the blessings of starting this YouTube channel and starting these podcasts, and we never were live streamers. I mean, everything we do is live stream. Okay. We don't edit anything. It's go live and it is what it is. So we do not edit anything. Howie and Scott edit those little shorts. All right. And I told them, try to be funny. The more controversial, the more views. That's just the way it is, y'all. But since we started this YouTube channel, we have befriended the greatest offensive line coach of all time, Jim McNally. He gave me that shirt back there. I will be going up to Niagara Falls, Orchard Park, Buffalo, New York next weekend to go to the Mouse Pack, where there will be Bill Best, Colorado State O-line coach. There will be Alex Maribal, the Miami Hurricane O-line coach. And what a blessing it has been. So if you start a YouTube channel, all y'all are content creators, don't expect just to make money, because really the only thing that makes money for us is the shorts. Dude, you got to get millions of views to make any money on YouTube. And we're not getting millions of views. But you can make things that never go away. And that's the friends that you'll make and the people you meet and the people that you help. Coach Bald, Sarah Blake Cheek, who is a content creator, the queen of the SEC. Did you ever think that she would become your friend the first time that you met her?
You know what? The first time I met her was just watching, her on Totem Pole with you guys and her going undefeated, picking the games,
Wow.
And then the next thing you know, we have a podcast and I'm on with her and we collaborate. And then the craziest thing, we did a drawing, a raffle, and she won the raffle here at St. Pete Rejuvenate, so we got to meet. And then, man, it was just like instant family. Like her and my wife were just instant great friends.
Welcome back.
Her husband is cooler than the other side of the pillow, and both of them to sit there and talk football. You talk to her about football like you talk to these other coaches. She knows the inside, the outside, everybody's name, where everybody came from. It's been a blessing. It really has. And how about this? Next month, I'm heading out to Las Vegas for not only the CAC, the CAC event, which basically it's like the Hall of Fame of professional wrestling. And it's going to be unbelievable. The three of the people that are getting inducted. How about this? Have you ever heard of the Dudley Boys?
Yes.
They're getting inducted.
I saw Lambeau last night on the stream or somewhere else. Brian Post said, is Lambeau streaming tonight? Yes. Amari Thomas said, how many rings y'all think LeBron and Bronny will win? I don't know, dude. I'd say they're probably gonna let them win at least one. I mean, if it's the in-season tournament, do they get a ring for that? Brian Post said two. Yeah. Go ahead. The Dudley Boys, Coach.
Dudley Boy. Then there's another guy by the name of Sting. You ever heard of Sting?
Yes.
Yeah, he's being inducted. And the coolest part is my big brother, Fidel Sierra, he's going, and he's actually the inductor, but he's inducting his real cousin. You remember referee Bill Alfonso? You remember him?
Yes.
Bill Alfonso. He ended up going to ECW and turning into a manager. He was the one that would blow the whistle, and he would go out with Sabu. He was Sabu's manager for a long time, but he managed quite a few guys from ECW. I think he had Taz for a little bit. I think he had Rob Van Dam, all those guys. But he's getting inducted. I know he had the Pit Bulls as well.
Amazing.
So he's getting inducted into the Hall of Fame there in Las Vegas, and we're definitely catching up with the Cheeks there, man. So I'm super fired up about that. My brother's going to come out there because he's only an hour away from Vegas, so I'm super excited about that as well.
And Haku, you said you saw Lambeau driving and you followed him home. Are you messing around, dude? Because I know where he lives. Are you in Richmond? Where you live? Brian Post, yo. I think he saw me, though. Haku, I appreciate you, brother. It's been a while, man. Brian Post said, yo. Yeah. Man, I mean, that's crazy, man. You're going to go – I mean, when we were kids and we were watching Starcade at my house and we got Little Caesars pizzas, did we ever think or ever imagine that we one day be going to the WWE Hall of Fame ceremony?
Well, this isn't WWE, unfortunately. This is the CAC, and
Well,
what
any
they
type of
what
Hall
they
of Fame.
do.
We thought we were going to be in the
Right.
Hall of Shame.
That's very true. It's and if anybody wants to go, this year is the 58th annual Cauliflower Alley Club. That's what the CAC stands for. Their club reunion. It's August 19th through the 21st, and it's going to be at the Plaza Hotel and Casino, Las Vegas, Nevada. I'm a lifetime member, and yeah, man, I'm super excited about it. And they do check out their website, Cauliflower Alley Club. It is amazing. They raise money for all of your favorite, pro wrestlers, because none of those guys had insurance, unfortunately, back in the day. So
That's a shame,
B.
man.
Brian Blair, one of the Killer Bees, did the saintly thing and decided to open this. And they've given so much money to so many guys, and it's mind-boggling how the other companies do not do the same. I know a while back, they don't talk about it, but they do. They donate a ton of money. But when Kamala had diabetes real bad, and they had to cut off his toe, and then a year later they had to cut off his foot, and then his knee, and then his leg, and they did a lot for him. And that's kind of what they do, man. They have their mission statement is, it's awesome. They financially assist members and non-members that are been in the wrestling industry for more than 3 years. It's pretty phenomenal, man.
Brian Post said the best movie is Facing the Giants. I have seen that movie. I was that coach that didn't make the playoffs for losing one game. It happened to me twice, other than they didn't find the other team cheating, and we got into the playoffs. Amari Thomas said, dang, that is wild, though. Yeah, Amari, Totem Pole Nation is a blessing. And we didn't pick the name Totem Pole. It picked us. And it just suits who we are. And Coach Bald has been blessed. Man, he has been blessed with a beautiful wife, a beautiful family, a beautiful home. And to be the president of Totem Pole and Lambeau, TPN for life. Yes, Brian Post. Coach Bald, how much longer are you going to be able to stay on? You're a very busy man. Let's go. I texted Paul to see if Paul wanted to come on. I have not heard from Paul. But I want to say thank y'all because y'all hung in there and stayed by Totem Pole. You're winning this game. Okay, bro. I don't know, man. I don't think so. I threw that pick, man. Yeah. We can't hear him. Yeah, neither can I. I can't hear him either, buddy. Amari, who is your team? And Amari, I didn't play this. I got to play this, Amari. Hold on. Uh-oh. Here he is. My friend, my brother from another mother, my better side. He's a better version of myself. That is Crystal Ball Paul. Crystal Ball Paul. Looks like you've been playing golf.
I sure have, and it was hot. Actually, it wasn't that bad. I got off the course about 11. But then I went and had some lunch with some people.
Yeah, it's echoing a little bit.
I'm just taking.
Yesterday, I told Lambeau I think Virginia Tech will win the ACC and go 10-2. Coach, crystal ball, Paul. You're not a coach, but you're a lieutenant colonel, so you are a coach. Yeah, can you?
Is it
still echoing?
Yeah. Hold
Bentley,
on. I can change. Hold on.
crystal ball, Paul. Bentley is heading to Virginia. He's heading to Charlottesville. Yesterday, Bentley said, I told Lambeau I think Virginia Tech will win the ACC and go 10-2. And then Amari Thomas said, I think Tech might not win the ACC. Amari Thomas, who do you have winning the ACC? Crystal ball, Paul. What does the crystal ball say about Virginia Tech winning the ACC?
I need to pump my brakes, man. And again, I'm not even gonna sit here and say that I know, but I need to see them play one game. And they all start in Nashville against Vanderbilt. An SEC team, low-level SEC team, but it's still the SEC. It's Vanderbilt, smart guys. That's a dangerous road spot for the Hokies, especially in an opener. Especially because they're not coming off a 10-2 year. They're just being prognosticated. And again, they have to go out there and make it happen. I mean, they have to go out there. I mean, they have to make a statement, I believe. I don't think you go down to Nashville against, the bottom feeder of the SEC.
Bentley says yesterday I got some sad news. Bentley said yesterday I got some sad news. All right, so Bentley, what was the sad news? And then Amari said LSU is going to win the ACC. LSU is still in the SEC, aren't they, Paul? Amari, I think the LSU
Yep.
is in the SEC. I don't know who's in the Big 12. Somebody came on here yesterday and said the Big 12 is getting ready to win multiple national championships. Dude, I don't know if there's a team in the Big 12 that can win it with them leaving. And Anthony, FSU is going to win the ACC again this year. So, Paul, what do you got to say about all that? What does the crystal ball say? Ohio State will win the national championship.
I say, I mean, if I had to put my money on it, I'm taking Florida State again.
Yeah.
Hold on.
Bentley said the track people said they're not going to come to Virginia. Sorry to hear that, Bentley. It's all right. We'll get up another time. So you're picking Florida State. Paul's in a bad area, man. He's down at the golf course down in the part of – oh, yeah, let's go. Chesterfield, where they don't get too good reception. Track meet is in San Antonio. Okay, Bentley. Amari, Florida State might win, but they will suck next year. Dude, I think as long as that coach is there at Florida State, I think they're going to be good, man. I mean, he's won everywhere he's been. He turned that program back around. And, it's a shame. I mean, they got smoked in the bowl game, but man.
Well,
Coach
they didn't
Ball.
bring in any kids.
Coach Ball, are you still there? Your mic was muted. Brian Post said O-H. Brian Post, are you Brian the coach that I know?
Hello.
Coach Ball, do you hear me?
Yeah.
Hey, Coach, I'm a stream around too, so if you want to come, you can. Bentley, I came yesterday. If I'm not on, I will be there, dude. Okay? Amari Thomas said Clemson going to beat them probably. Ohio State, Coach Bald, you are a college football aficionado. I'm not, y'all. I watch college football after my season's over with. All right? So Amari says Clemson's going to beat Florida State. Coach Bald, Ohio State national championship. Is this their year? We have lost Coach Bald. Coach Bald will be back. We've lost reception with Coach Bald. Man, you know, we're streaming video games, but really, we're just streaming a sports show. Wow. My great friend Brian. Let me tell y'all something about Brian. My great friend Brian has a couple really good football players. And I was visiting Miami, and I was sitting in Coach Miraball's office, the offensive line coach from Miami. And my great friend Brian, Ohio State has a lot of legitimate players, but they're not that good. Huh? Dude, I know the running back from Ohio State. He's from where I'm from. I was born in Hopewell, Virginia. My mom's from Hopewell, Virginia. He can go. All right, they say that they have the best roster in college football, and they have Chip Kelly calling the plays. So Brian Post, it's an amazing story that Miami and the Hurricanes, we're going to play with the Hurricanes. Trayvon Henderson, yes. His brother was a beast, and his younger brother's a beast. I think the coach won about 3 state championships when he had those brothers. Ricky Irby, in my opinion. That's fine. Everybody, Amari, everybody's got – it's all good, dude. That's why we all have a different opinion. All right, I'm going to have to go with the Gators, man, because – hold on. This is 13. Urban Meyer was gone by then. Brian, I was sitting in Coach Miraball's office, the offensive line coach, right? And Brian, my friend, texts me and says, hey, my player's coming down there. And I told Coach Miraball, I said, Coach Miraball, there's an offensive lineman coming down here. He's a rising junior from Ohio. This is his name. This is his measurables. And he was like, wow, okay. 2 minutes later, a recruiting guy walks there and goes, hey, man, we got an offensive lineman come down here. He goes, yeah, a kid from Ohio. Troy just told me about him. And the guy was like, what? How did you know? I was like, I know his coach. So, dude, Totem Pole Nation is you treat the man at the bottom of the totem pole the same as the man on the top. Crystal Ball Paul, I was telling the story about when Brian Post, I was at the University of Miami, and Brian Post texted me about one of his players coming down to Miami. And I told the offensive line coach, and 2 minutes later, a recruiting guy comes there and goes, hey, we got an offensive lineman from Ohio coming here. And he goes, yeah, I already know. And the guy was like, how did you know? He's like, Troy just told me. And what I was saying was this. Totem Pole Nation is about this. You treat the man on the bottom of the totem pole the same way you treat the man on the top. You treat the guy with the small college logo the same as you treat the guy with the University of Miami logo. Because guess what? That guy that's at the bottom of the totem pole, he might be wearing that Miami logo one day. The same people you see coming up, you'll see coming down. Paul, Amari Thomas says, sorry, man. It's all good, brother. You ain't got nothing to be sorry about. Paul, what are you thinking? Anthony FSU says, we live by the golden rule. Here, treat everyone like you want to be treated. Amen. Paul lives that. Paul lives it.
I try to every day.
He tries to every day. And he gave me the nickname. What nickname did you give me 10 years ago?
Jimbo Fisher.
Jimbo Fisher. I don't think y'all saw this, but I want to brag on Paul for a second. Yesterday on Life Lessons podcast, Paul has a very strict, regimented schedule. All right, he's a lieutenant colonel retired from the United States Army. His mom wanted some milk. He went to the store to get the milk, and he's doing the podcast, and he walked out of the store with the milk. He's getting in his car, and he goes, man, I just walked out of there without this milk. Tell them what you did, Paul.
I walked back in and asked them why they didn't stop me, and then I paid and got my little plastic bag, because that's how I knew I didn't pay for it, because I didn't have a bag when I went to set it down in the seat. So I went back in and I paid for it. We had a good laugh.
DCL. Paul, DCL is a very talented content creator. He's a very talented musician. He plays the guitar. He sounds like a young James Franklin. My fault. He sounds like a young James Taylor. I sound like James Franklin. I'm a snake oil salesman. I'm a used car salesman. You sound like James Taylor. I've seen fire and I've seen rain. Paul, how does it feel to come here on Totem Pole and to have, I just found out Anthony FSU, Brian Post, and Stargrove are all a little younger than us, maybe around our same age, Paul. And these young people that want to be content creators, how does that make you feel to be a part of Totem Pole Nation?
Amazing. I mean, I feel like I'm still a rookie. Because I'm learning a lot every day about different little nuances about the content creator game, and then just watching other people and stuff like that, and you just see little things. But it's breath of fresh air to every time I turn on, I'm learning something else, and whether it's from the folks that come on YouTube and post questions for us, or just watching other YouTube channels. I just much from the audience. I get more from the audience than I do the audience, on YouTube and what we post on YouTube than I get by just us talking.
Yes.
It's pretty.
Totem Pole is like you have an additional 126,000 members of your team, of your family. It's almost like being a part of the United States Army. Be all you can be. You're a part of the strongest team on YouTube. Paul, we had some members of Totem Pole today that posted on here that Totem Pole Nation is the #1 YouTube channel, and we are the #1 YouTube streamers in the world. That's humbling, is it not? That the low man on the totem pole.
On the other side of the camera, I feel like
I'm praying for you.
On the other side of this camera, I feel like, I can go back and watch the post on YouTube, but as we're doing this, I just feel like we're just common folks. Try to, bring the world and bring our little community to the world, into the mainstream through YouTube. I just feel like it's less on this side of the camera. I don't feel like, sometimes we're doing that much, but it's having an effect, and people are listening, and people are connecting with us, because we're just everyday guys, man, that just want to talk about everyday things.
Yes. RC Percussionist. You say you are not safe, DCL. And then you say that you will never be safe. Well, dude, he's safe here, because this is Totem Pole. And I don't know if you're kidding. I hope you are. And I don't know if DCL knows you, but DCL is our homeboy. And we don't let people go after one of us. There's a lot of OOTs. There are very few OOUs. There are a lot of OOTs. There's a lot of one of thems. There are very few OOUs, one of us. And DCL, Paul, is a OOU. He's a one of us.
Good.
So RC percussionist, welcome to Totem Pole. I think I saw you on DCL's stream, and I appreciate you commenting, but I hope that you're kidding around about that. So, Paul, I had to go crazy earlier because somebody told me I didn't know what I was talking about. DCL is the GOAT. Yes, Brian Post, DCL is the GOAT. I tried to tell a kid on the channel said they wanted to go to the NFL. So I taught them what the NFL stands for. It stands for not for what?
Not for long.
Not for long. Everybody that's ever been in that league knows that. You ain't safe. Nobody's safe. Bill Parcells said when he got on the train, when he got to the league as a coach, they're eventually going to ask you to get off the train. They asked Tom Brady to get off. TB12. They asked Bill Belichick, BB, the GOAT. DCL said he is joking. Thank you very much, RC Percussionist. I thought you were because I saw you on his channel. Am I a part of Totem Pole Nation? Yes, brother. You're a subscriber, ain't you? And watch this, Amari. Did I not play the Totem Pole? If I play the Totem Pole when you come on, then you're one of us. All right. And Howie and Scott, Paul, told me they're not going to be making an individual one for 100,000 people. So we're going to be playing these when the members come on. You know, those guys, Howie and Scott, they make the best shorts on the planet. You saw that Drake one, didn't you, Paul? Where he said when he's in St. Petersburg, he goes to St. Pete Rejuvenate.
Yeah,
I think they use artificial intelligence. RC Percussion said, yes, sir. Wow, I'm impressed. You know the pattern, RC Percussionist, because you're a percussionist. There's a pattern. Yes, sir. Yes, sir, can get you out of a lot of trouble. Brian Post says, all you guys are the GOAT. Listen to Brian Post because he's coached GOATs. Anthony FSU, Florida State says, I'll be 41 in July, and I graduated high school in 2002. I went to Nice High School. Let's go. I was assistant coach at Ed Waters University. My friend Toriana Morgan is the head coach at Ed Waters. I went to Nice High School where Tim Tebow went, and then I went to Bartram Trail. That's where I graduated from. Hallelujah. What a blessing. So listen to Anthony, Florida State. He knows Tim Tebow. And if there's a better football player from the University of Florida, I want to see him. DCL says, all right, was just popping in. DCL, thank you, brother. I love you. Amari, do you cover boxing? I love boxing. I love boxing. I love Mike Tyson, but I'm not into little guys boxing. I don't really like little guys boxing unless it's Roy Jones Jr. DCL said he's going back to his stream. Paul, do you like boxing? It used to be my number 2 sport, football then boxing. Amari does boxing. That's great.
Yeah, and I feel like, you know, I used to enjoy the the big matches, the pay-per-views, and then, you know, UFC just took a life of its own. I mean, literally took over the fighting. So, you know, we've got very little marquee boxing matchups now because everybody's in the UFC.
Brian Post said, I do football and basketball. Brian Post, you've already been on the channel once, and you know your stuff. You bring a lot to the table. You are a very valuable member of Totem Pole. All y'all are. Everybody's got a job, and everybody is smarter than me in something. Trust me. Look at me. I can't even play this video game. Amari said, I'm trying to be undisputed. Well, dude, you're always going to be disputed because when you're the man, There's always somebody that wants to knock you off. I listen to Nick Saban and Bill Belichick, and this is what they say. Your whole life, you're going up that mountain. You're trying to get up that mountain. You're trying to get up that mountain. Eventually, when you get to the top, this is what you realize. You have become the mountain. And other people are trying to get on top of you. I don't like the new boxing. Amari says it's bad. All they do is trash talk and lose games and don't back up what they say. So, about the mountain, you're a big fan of Saban and Belichick. Paul?
Yes.
What's on your heart about a message that you want to drive home and hammer home to Totem Pole today? Because you were not on Life Lessons. Life Lessons was about the dream team. So what life lesson can you tell them that you can take from the 1992 dream team? Yeah, a lot of people are doing the UFC stuff because boxing is actually more dangerous than UFC is. What would you like to tell Totem Pole? What life lesson can you take from watching the Dream Team in 1992? What did they teach you? What did you learn?
Well, it was because it was a dream to have them all together. But at the end of the day, it's just like anything else. They were a dream, but they were a team. And I mean, they were together, and they just didn't go out there and Harlem Globetrotter the thing. They were playing serious basketball for their country. And again, they probably got a little change to do it, but it wasn't as much money as they made in the NBA. But they played like they were playing for their franchise. I mean, and they all came together, and you would not think that they played on different franchises inside another league because they were connected. They were all for one and one for all.
If it wasn't for the Dream Team, we would not see the Lukas and the Giannis's and the European influence over basketball. Those guys took basketball to another level. Do you agree with that, Paul?
I do agree with that. I think from an international perspective, it gave them a whole different way of looking at the game. Meaning, they had to start developing their talent younger and identifying their talent younger if they were going to compete on a world stage. If they just didn't give up on the dream of beating and competing with the United States, they went to work. You know, it kind of reminds me of, the old BlackBerry phone and the old Nokia Motorola phone that, I feel like they rested on their laurels because the BlackBerry was just killing it in America. And the Canadians thought that they created a masterpiece, but they did build upon that masterpiece. And then, the Koreans came right behind them in the weeds, building the LG and Samsung empire and literally took over the world. So I see that in international basketball. We have all these international players being drafted because these players have been built from the grassroots, meaning some of these guys have been in the academy since they're 7, 8 years old, and they are school and basketball. That's it. They're at a basketball school to become the country's basketball players, to enhance their professional league, to enhance their national team, and to send players to the world's greatest league, the National Basketball Association. And it was a business, and they had a business model, and they stuck to it. And in the United States, it made our systems look archaic. Once they started developing these academies, we had high school, middle school basketball. We still had AAU. We didn't have a formal academy to train players the fundamentals of basketball. And now you look what we have, and you look at the systems that are set up internationally, just like they set up basketball, like they set up soccer. They identify someone like the kid from Spain, 16 years old, scored on the Euro Cup yesterday. He's been in Spain's national academy since he was 7 years old, and he's 16 now. And he's on the Spain 1A team. He's not on JV. He's on the varsity team because he's been there for 9 years. Working out with the national team players, the JV players, and worked his way on up. And he was so talented, they could not put him on the field. And that's what's happening in basketball as well. First 2 picks in the draft were, I think, from France. Last year,
Yes.
Wimby, he's from France. So we might want to France and how they're developing and bringing up their players, because they're starting to dominate the world stage when it comes to basketball.
Amari Thomas said UFC is very dangerous, even more than boxing. They use their hands somewhat. Some people died from it mid-game. Some people have died from boxing too. Yeah, a lot of people are doing the UFC stuff. I already read that one, Anthony. Brian Post said, how's your day, DCL? So here's the main question. If the 1992 USA Olympic team, a.k.a. the Dream Team, played the 2024 USA Olympic team, which I have dubbed the AAU team, who would win? And why, Paul? Who would win if the 1992 team played the 2024? If the 1992 team played the 2024 team, who would win? Wow. Brian Post, who is our age, said 2024. Okay, Brian, why is that? Paul,
No way.
Who would win? Paul cut out. He's in a bad area. Brian Post, I'm looking forward to seeing your answer, because I didn't think anybody from our generation, and I think you might be younger than me, would say the 2024 team would win. Okay, so Paul, what do you say? Do you say the 2024 team or the 1992 Dream Team?
92. It's just, again, basketball IQs off the charts. A connectiveness is off the charts. Just their fire in their belly is just off the charts. I mean, he had some straight dogs on that team, man. Even John Stockton, man. People underestimate how nasty John Stockton was.
John Stockton or Curry? Who you taking?
Yeah. I mean, long term, yeah, of course, Curry. But I mean, in a 7-game series, Stockton's gonna do Stockton things. They're gonna have. I mean, just as much as Curry's gonna fire off threes, Stockton's gonna get them in the right play and frustrate the other team, because they know they're gonna identify the spots to get to, and he's gonna identify the players to get the ball to in their spots. And again, Stockton could knock down threes as well. So I mean,
Brian says because LeBron has the scoring record and Curry is the best at 3-pointers, Kevin is great at mid-range and great defense. But, dude, they changed the rules and they allow you to play zone now. So, like, would Steph be as good a 3-pointer if they had to play man-to-man and couldn't shoot over the zone? I don't know. But I respect your point of view. I've never thought of that before. Anthony, Florida State, says boxing boxers are more likely to suffer serious injuries such as concussions, broken bones, and eye injuries, and are more likely to receive long post-fight medical suspensions than MMA fighters. I mean, look at Muhammad Ali, man. Boxing also carries the risk of chronic traumatic CTE. I can't even say that. And also known as CTB. So, Paul, Karl Malone, Magic Johnson, Larry Bird, Michael Jordan, David Robinson. I mean, who were the starting five? I think Michael Jordan, Larry Bird, and Magic Johnson always started, correct? Charles Barkley, Patrick Ewing. Dude, I would say this. No disrespect to this generation, but those guys are just tougher. And they're older than me. Like, they should be my parents' age. Like, I'm 40, so I'm in between these two generations. But, dude, they're just tougher. Paul, how do you feel about that take?
I agree.
I mean, isn't LeBron kind of like a Magic Johnson and a Karl Malone hybrid? I mean, dude, Karl Malone looked like LeBron James before LeBron James. Before they had all that stuff. I mean, I don't know if he was on it or not. Can you hear me, Paul?
Yeah.
Okay. So you're not – give me some matchups, Paul. Who's guarding who if the 92 Dream Team is playing 2024 Olympic team? Who's guarding Michael Jordan? Steph Curry? Oh, we're going to put Anthony Edwards on him? Paul, I think you're muted, Paul. Maybe you're on the phone. You're on the phone.
They line up at the 13. It's third down. They just didn't get the snap off the top. Here's the ball.
Yeah, I can't hear you,
No,
Paul.
yeah. Anthony Edwards doesn't even start.
So who's guarding Jordan? You went mute. Who's guarding Jordan?
I don't know.
That's a problem.
Yeah, I got to look at the starters.
If they had Kobe, if Kobe was still alive, Kobe. All right, so who's guarding? I guess it would be Patrick Ewing and Embiid. I guess it would be Charles Barkley and LeBron, or Charles Barkley and Karl Malone.
Mm-hmm.
Who else?
Just overall, dude. It doesn't. That's just the starting lineups, but there's overall, it's not going to happen.
Yeah, I don't even think that the players today would disrespect those GOATs, because you can't disrespect the people that came before you because they paved the way. And they wouldn't be making the money they're making today if it weren't for Larry Bird, Magic Johnson, Charles Barkley, and the GOAT, Michael Jordan. So those guys owe it to them not to disrespect them. And anybody that disrespects Michael Jordan's name, that's blasphemy, man. Like, I was not a Jordan fan. I was a Celtics fan. He beat my team all the time. I think he scored 80 on the Celtics. What do you think about McCants, the kid from Duke, replacing Kawhi Leonard? Kawhi Leonard is hurt again. Did you hear about this, Paul?
Yeah.
Coach Bald came on here and broke the news. What happened to Kawhi Leonard?
I have no idea. I'm
He's
tired
hurt
of keeping.
again.
I'm tired of keeping up with him.
Who is Kawhi Leonard like? I mean, is he just like a fundamental basketball player? Like, who would you compare him to? What's your point of reference?
Probably Scottie Pippen.
Let me ask you, have you been watching the NBA Summer League? I think you have, correct?
A couple of games.
What do you think about the Grizzlies and the young guys they got?
Edie looked good. I watched that whole game. Edie is an NBA player.
I mean, it's amazing what these leagues have done. I mean, to make basketball pretty much it's a year-round sport. I mean, when you don't have the NBA, you have the WNBA, and you have the NBA Summer League. I mean, and you got the Olympics. Like, there's plenty of content for us to create. Is it not, Paul? What content are you looking forward to making? What content are you looking forward to covering?
NFL, college football, high school football.
So on Saturdays, we're just going to stream the whole day.
Pretty much, because I'm gonna be here watching as soon as College Game Day comes on.
So we're going to stream.
I'll have all my chores done before that.
We're going to stream Thursday night. We're going to go to high school football on Friday night. Saturday, we're going to stream all day. Sunday, I got a coach. But somebody will be streaming NFL all day, correct? I mean, YouTube, this is what someone told me. I heard this today on one of these videos I watch. YouTube wants you to be on YouTube all the time. That includes us and you. And YouTube rewards people that get people to stay on the channel. That's what Mr. Beast says. So the longer you're on it, the better. The more you hit that like button, the better. And we have been rewarded. Paul, I know you're a big numbers guy. You're a big analytics, and you're into data. If I look at our live streams and I go back to 8 days ago, 8 days ago, we got 79 views on the Life Lessons podcast. 9 days ago, we got 63 views on the Life Lessons podcast. That was because we started that 24-hour stream. It messed the algorithm up. YouTube thought that people weren't interested about Totem Pole. And I figured it out, and I was like, dude, it's messing us up. Like, it's like and today, Life Lessons podcast was 3.3 thousand. So, Paul, what advice would you give the young people out here that want to be content creators about creating content and how to be successful?
Hop on YouTube and be consistent. Posting information or having content put on there. Like, you can't just go once a week. You got to be on there daily so people know that you're there and people can connect to you. And you got to be connectable, meaning you got to speak to the audience and let the audience speak to you.
You win with people. All right, so I told you I reached out to that guy who gets millions of views, and I sent him a message on LinkedIn, and he answered me back. And he said, happy to help. I'm going to press pause. So I sent a guy a message. I said, Brandon, would like to ask you about YouTube. We have a channel, Totem Pole Nation, and would like some advice and guidance on how to proceed. And this is what the guy said. This guy gets millions of views. He said, happy to help. What's your question? I said, we have built a community and following for our live streams. We are not editors. We got 70, 60, and 12,000 on our last live streams. We really don't know that much about YouTube, and we've never really met anyone that knows much about YouTube. What would you say would be our next move? Just keep doing what gets views? And I gave him my cell number. And this is what he said. It's all about consistency. Keep streaming on a regular basis so the audience knows when to find you, and try to repeat the kind of shows that work. If you get 70,000 views on the stream, then people probably want more of that type of content. Wow. So Crystal Ball told y'all, be consistent. And that's the same thing that guy said, who's got millions of views. Crystal Ball Paul, what sports are you watching today? Because all you watch is sports. Totem Pole, what sports are you watching today, or are y'all just gaming? All right, I got 44 seconds left. I got this dude going down in the middle of the field. Paul. All right, y'all. I got a score here, man.
The 23-yard line. It's second down.
It looks like they got man-to-man, two-man. He picked it off. Man. Probably shouldn't throw an out route to a tight end that's closed on the line of scrimmage. I tell you, man, if y'all learn anything, you don't have to be good in video games. It isn't about how good you are. It's about the audience. It's about the people. It's about the team that you build. And we have a strong team. Totem Pole Nation, y'all are amazing. All right, we're going to keep this thing going because, hey, I ain't got nothing else to do. I might as well be on here with y'all making content. Crystal Ball Paul, he just got off the golf course. I'm looking. Lambo got 2.4 thousand views last night. And today, we're looking at, for this, we're getting about 1,000 views an hour. We're at 3.2. So that's amazing. Thank you, Totem Pole Nation. We're the low man on the totem pole, and we love college football, EA College Football, NCAA College Football. 2025 is coming out on the 19th for PlayStation 5. We're going to be getting the PlayStation 5 version of NCAA College Football. We got the Florida Gators playing their in-state rival, the Miami Hurricanes. And I am the Miami Hurricanes, and I'm losing. Hey, double tap the screen if you're on YouTube. Man, if you're on Twitter, retweet the stream, please. If you're on Twitter, retweet the stream. Because Twitter, man, I shouldn't even be saying the word, but we need to do better. All right, we really are not building Totem Pole on that platform. And we got a lot of people watching it. Coach Bald, y'all that are watching it on Coach Bald's X channel. Oh, what is that? Man, oh, come on, man. No way. Come on, man. With 10 seconds left, I fumbled it. Come on, man. Come on, man. Let's see. Amari, let me ask this. 98 Bulls or 92 Bulls? 98 Bulls. I want the older Jordan. Yeah. 98 Bulls. Wow, we have a lot. I missed a lot of comments, dude. What is going on here? I'm sorry, y'all. Jordan on Holiday and Joel on Jordan. Anthony said 92 starters were Magic, Karl Malone, Michael Jordan, Scottie Pippen, Patrick Ewing. 5-star said no team compete with the dream team. Amen. I missed all these, dude. I guess my connection was bad. Amari Thomas said Tatum would. 5-star said dream team would beat today's team. Amari Thomas said he's like Ben Simmons. Bronny would get cooked in the summer league. Corey Noel said, does Blood know he doesn't have to scream into the microphone? Dude, we don't have a microphone. But thank you, Corey. I will try not to scream. 5-star Jackson, Rob Dillingham is a bucket. They got the steal of the draft. They got a young PG with the championship caliber team. Anthony, Florida State, said Charles Barkley, John Stockton. David Robinson, Chris Mullen, and Larry Bird were also on the team. 5-star said Paul speaking facts. The Gojo channel said hi. Welcome to the Gojo channel to the stream. Bentley said, so the top 10 predictions for the SEC are Texas number 1, Alabama number 2, Georgia number 3, Ole Miss number 4, LSU number 5, Tennessee 6, Texas A&M 7, Oklahoma 8, Kentucky 9. Brian Post said gaming. Amen. 5-star said gaming. I'm playing 2K. The Gojo channel said gaming. Bentley said gaming and streaming. 5-star said it's not about winning. It's and having content and having fun. Amen. 5-star Jackson. The Gojo channel said they subbed. Thank you, Gojo channel. And I'm sorry that I didn't see these comments. I was. Kermit is back. Kermit is in the house. Amari Thomas said Kentucky should be 1. I love the Stoots. And is that Chet Edits? What's up, Chet Edits? Welcome to Totem Pole Nation. You should try 2K. Yes, I have 2K. The only thing is, man, I don't know nothing about basketball. Have NBA 2K4. The only thing is right now, Brian, is that this college football game, until that new one comes out, everybody wants to see this college football. So we're getting a lot of views from this, but I don't even know if it's about the game, man. Because ain't nobody watching me to learn how to play. I just want to get out of here without letting them score again. It's amazing. I mean, I can't believe I gave up that touchdown on the fumble punt. Frosty said, yo. I guess it don't matter. You good? Yes, I'm great. Crystal Ball Paul is back. Crystal Ball Paul is in the house.
I'm worn out, dude. Oh, my God.
So are you playing golf tomorrow?
Every day until I get in shape.
That's the way you do it. Brian posted, "What's up, Frosty?" Frosty said, "You seem a little off." Frosty, I'm always a little off. Okay. It's just how far off am I? Here we go. 5-Star Jackson, where did you get the name Totem Pole Nation? Okay. My son wanted a YouTube channel. So we started this channel. We started making content. Then we started making, we were like 804 sports cards, or we were Virginia Richmond sports cards. Then we started going to sports card shows. People would come up to our table and I'd be like, "We're the low man on the totem pole. We don't have any good cards." And people would laugh. They'd think that was funny, because we had cards for $1, $2, $5. We didn't have no big cards, all these colored cards and numbered cards. So then I told Jackson, I said, "Dude, we got to be totem pole cards." So then I videoed Lambeau. Lambeau was one of my assistant coaches. I videoed Lambeau. I posted the first totem pole video of all time. Did Brady make Belichick or Belichick make Brady? And we were Totem Pole Sports. And then we became Totem Pole Nation because we were already calling our community that we were building a year and a half ago Totem Pole Nation. So that's the story. So who do you think is going to be the 12 teams in this year's football playoffs? The usual suspects. Paul, are you awake? Paul, go to sleep, man. Get some rest. Paul, answer this question and then go to sleep. Take a nap. Who are the 12 teams in this year's college football playoff?
Okay. What's the Kansas champions?
Hey, the people on Coach Bald's Twitter account, y'all must be retweeting this junk because we got 110 people just watching on his account. So if you're watching on Totem Pole or Lambeau's World 24/7 X accounts, retweet that junk. And I know I'm not supposed to on YouTube be talking about other platforms, but it don't matter because y'all are killing it. It's going to be the usual suspects. The question is, who's going to make it that ain't one of the usual suspects? We have 150 people watching Totem Pole Nation right now, Paul.
Okay. Ohio State. The SEC. It's gonna be Georgia, Ole Miss. Let's say Georgia, Ole Miss, Alabama. I think
Brian Post says Iowa. You're a big Iowa guy.
I like Iowa. I like Iowa. I like Iowa too because, other than depending on who they play, because if they don't play Michigan, Ohio State, and Penn State, they got a chance to run the table. Like the years they don't play those guys, man, they can. They're definitely 10-2. And then I look at Iowa and I look at Virginia Tech, and I'm just like, man. But I only like Florida State.
Eric McAndrews says Ohio State should win the title this year. The defense is mature and the offense explodes.
Yeah, but that sounds like Georgia. That sounds like Ole Miss. Yeah, I got to see it.
I mean, dude, Ohio State's been right there every year. They're a play away. I mean, they got smoked by Michigan last year, but everybody got smoked by Michigan. You know, we love college football. If y'all really love college football, y'all will stay with Totem Pole Nation, because I can't wait to see Crystal Ball Paul on a Saturday and a Sunday. Well, Sunday, he said he's coming to the Fork Union games that are close, that are home. But I can't wait to see him and the Terminator, his brother, on a Saturday on Totem Pole. Paul, go to bed, man. You're tired, man. Paul's had a long day. He's been out in the heat. He's been playing golf. Paul's the best. He is the best. Man, Totem Pole. Wow. Coach Bald's account is amazing. Hey, man, I took you off, man, because you was asleep. Get some rest.
All right, I'm out.
See you, brother.
Later.
Bye. Man, what a great guy he is, man. Anthony, Florida State says Iowa plays Ohio State this year, but that's the only big team they play. They miss Michigan, Oregon, Penn State. Man, Coach Ball's Twitter account is blowing up. Coach Ball's Twitter account, he got 131 people watching this junk. Thank y'all for liking it. Thank y'all for retweeting it, because it's obvious that y'all are. I mean, y'all are killing it, man. Hey, I love y'all. I will be back later.